Hello and welcome to the lesson on the name acrostic poem. My name is Miss Clark, as I'm sure you've heard several times this morning already, or this afternoon. And that is my lovely Bitmoji right there. So anyway, my name is Miss Clark, and to build a community, we have to get to know each other. To build a reading community, we have to use our words to get to know each other, which is, I'm sure, exactly what you wanted to hear on the first day of school. The kind of words that we're going to be discussing today are adjectives. And adjectives, as you probably know, are words that describe people, places, things, ideas, and feelings. They're mostly adjectives that describe nouns, and the noun that we're going to talk about is ourselves. Me, myself, and I. As you can see, that lovely little person right there on our screen. The way that we are going to talk about our names today is to write this acrostic poem, and you've probably done them before in your youth and childhood, where you take a word and you run it down the side of the page, and then you give it a word that describes it for each letter of the word. And in this case, we're going to use our names. I'm going to use my last name, Clark, which will make my husband very happy because I prefer it to be Ms. instead of Mrs. And, well, I'm going to have to redo this part, but it's okay. So anyway, as you can see, I've got C-L-A-R-K. You're going to use at least 5 letters of a name. If that includes some of your last name to get to 5 letters, then we can do that. If you would prefer to use a nickname, for example, my daughter's name is Charlotte, and she frequently goes by the name Charlie. You could use a nickname as well, as long as it has at least 5 letters and no more than 10 letters. I don't want to kill you on the first day of class. And I can already hear you, but I don't remember any adjectives. No, help, I barely remember my own name, let alone an adjective. Well, that is okay, because I made a list for you, which will be part of the materials that are available to you on Schoology, as well as I will be projecting it out for you over Zoom when we do this lesson together. So don't worry. That's how I'm going to roll. If I'm going to ask you to do something, I'm generally going to give you as many supports, crutches, scaffolds, help, whatever brain refreshers as I possibly can, because it's not about what you have at your fingertips. It's about what you know how to use. Okay. So the process is easy. You're going to write the letters in the boxes or type the letters in the boxes. And then you're going to pick your adjectives. So we start with step 1, pick your adjectives. Use the list provided to choose adjectives that tell about you. In the second column, you're going to explain the meaning of the adjective that you chose. What do you think this word means? If you don't know, you're going to check with your online dictionaries. That's be thankful that it's not way back when I was your age when we had to go to paper dictionaries. Can you imagine? You actually had to move pages to find what we needed to understand the words. And then step 3 is connect the word to you or explain how or why the word fits you. And of course, I'm going to model this for you. I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a moment. Okay, as you can see, the very first step is that I thought about all of the adjectives that I know. I might have even consulted that list, and I came up with these adjectives. Clever for C, L for logical, A, able, R, reassuring, and K is for kooky. And you're like, okay, Clark, now what do I do? So I've come up with an adjective for each letter of my name, and this is what we do here. So clever, and this is my definition of clever. A clever person is a quick thinker. And then how it applies to me, good old Miss Clark, is that I'm good at thinking on my feet and coming up with good ideas. Or at least coming up with bad ideas that I can make better. But as you can see, I didn't write that. I just wrote with good ideas. So a clever person, I like to think that I'm a clever person. L for logical. A logical person thinks through things piece by piece before making a choice. I'm good at breaking down problems so that I can see how things fit together. I hope that as you work with me through this year, or those of you that have worked with me in the past, that I do break things down logically, step by step, so that you can learn how to do it. You can learn my process as I think through things so that it can become your process, and then you can change that and make it your own. So I am a logical person. Doesn't mean that I'm not occasionally, ridiculous, but for the most part, I'm a logical person. The next thing that I think that I am, or adjectives that I chose, is an able. Able person can do many things. So I can do what I put my mind to mostly. I can't be 6 feet tall. I am a pygmy. Those of you who have met me in person know this. I am a tiny little short thing. But I can learn how to do things. I can overcome the challenges that I have. I can get a stool, as I like to say, and stand on and reach taller. So if I can't do it by myself, I'm going to be able to figure out a way that I can use the tools available to me or other people to help me do what I need to do. So I'm an able person. R for reassuring. A reassuring person will make others feel like they can do it or that it will be okay. I reassure my students that they can do it. I ask a lot of you guys sometimes, and it's okay because I will be right there beside you, making sure that you have the tools that you need to accomplish the tasks that we choose or that we're working through. So I will be there to reassure you you can do this, and using all of my other skills to help you get it done. And the last letter is K, and I use the word kooky. A kooky person is a little bit odd, but not unpleasant. Think about your life. I'm sure that somewhere in your friends or family, you have a person who's a little bit odd, but not too unpleasant. That's me. I'm a kooky person. I teach high school reading and composition. Enough said. It must mean that I'm a little crazy. I spent a lot of years in middle school, so I developed a sense of humor of a 12-year-old. So that makes me a little bit kooky, which I hope you can laugh with, if not at, as we get our work done. So that's me, that's Clark. Clever, logical, able, reassuring, and kooky. And now you will move on to your work, which will be in Schoology. I will help you navigate that as best I can. It's going to be new to all of us for a while, but it works a lot like Google Classroom, and in many cases is smoother in its transitions between work than Google Classroom. All right, so I will meet you guys back on live camera.